Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another review on the Team of the Year Honourable Mentions, Jack Grealish. We're going to go through the card, his stats, requirements, traits, summary, objectives, clips, all of that good stuff. Before we get into all that, guys, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when I upload, and comment who you'd like me to review next. There are a bunch of reviews coming, including the new 92 Neymar. Please do stay tuned for that. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, welcome to the review of the Team of the Year Honourable Mentions, Jack Grealish. This is the team I played him in, guys. I played him in this team at the 4-3-3 and then at the 4-2-3-1 in the cam position. He is very good in both of those slots, a cam and a CM spot. And initial impressions of this card, guys, absolutely fantastic. I keep saying this about every card that seems to come up that's free. Again, it is free. What price would I pay for this? I don't know. We'll discuss that towards the end of the video. But just to kind of get into this card in general, he's a very, very good card, guys. He plays really well in terms of his overall position, how he plays, the style of play that you have with him. Everything about this card is really nice. But let's get into it. 5'11", medium work rate, right-footed, 4-star skill moves, and 3-star weak foot. So a slight weakness there on both the attacking side and the weak foot side. If you're playing him central midfielder, I think medium is fine. I think that's very workable when transitioning between attack and defense. If you're playing him attacking mid, I prefer a high attacking work rate as opposed to a medium attacking work rate. I think it's a little poor having that medium attacking work rate for this type of card. But again, he does deliver very well for me, so it wasn't too bad. Just find that sometimes he's not making the driving runs that you want him to make. In terms of 3-star weak foot, it's manageable. He does have very good generally passing and playing with the ball and dribbling, so it's not too much of a detriment. Try to shoot with his right foot only as well, and his left foot's okay at shooting, just not particularly great, but again, it's manageable in there. In terms of goals, games and assists, 5 games played, 10 goals scored and 7 assists. Guys, this card was phenomenal for me. He just did everything for me in the games that I used him, and he was phenomenally good. I can't keep saying it enough. It's just such a good card. Getting into detail, I put a catalyst on him, guys. You could also put a hunter on him, as you maybe think his passing doesn't need a boost. I like to, especially as an attacking midfielder, and when you see some of the things that he did with the shooting, you'll realize you don't need to boost it at all. His pace needs a little bit of a boost. He is a little bit slow, and his passing could use that as well, just to bring it to an elite level, and his dribbling already fantastic, as you guys can see. Getting into the pace, now he has 87 acceleration, 83 sprint speed, so not bad in terms of the base stats. When you boost that with the chemistry style, it does get a lot better. In terms of the key pros of this card, 92 agility, 86 stamina, 92 dribbling, really fantastic. Now, guys, there's something on here that's really important, and I think it might be down to the composure. So you'll see in a lot of the clips with Jack Grealish that his finishing is pinpoint. Like, on some of the finishes I was getting with him, I wouldn't expect to get them with my usual strikers, and I was getting them with Jack Grealish's card, and his shot power isn't that great, it's 84, his finishing isn't that great, it's 82, but for some reason he finishes really well, and I think that's definitely down to the composure. There's something else in this card that's hidden, which makes it really good at finishing chances off. In terms of key cons, the shot power is a big one, 84. He doesn't quite have the shot power to take on longer shots. The positioning of the shots in and around the box is fantastic, so you don't need to worry about it there. The finishing is a little low, but again, it's offset by this insane ability to finish chances off. If you were to play him central midfield, I do think his defensive awareness and stance tackle are a little bit low. I'd like that to be a little bit higher. Maybe you'd boost that if you were playing him in central midfield. But otherwise, guys, this card doesn't have a lot of cons. I don't think the pace is that big a con when you boost it with the chemistry style as well. So overall, a really fantastic card. Getting into the traits, he's got the leadership, flair, playmaker, and technical dribbler. So really an attacking midfielder or a central midfielder kind of player, not a DM at all, I would say, unless you were to play him as a conductor of midfield. I think he's perfectly capable of doing that. I would just choose someone with a higher base passing stat, which you can then boost on as well. I think this guy's a number 10, guys, in terms of how he plays, and he plays absolutely fantastically in there. Now that we've covered all of that, let's get into what you guys need to do to get your hands on this card. So guys, getting into what the requirements for this Jack Grealish card are. Assist with 2 through balls. Assist with a through ball in 2 separate matches in the World Beaters Friendly. Score with a finesse shot in 3 separate matches with a 4-star skill moves player in the World Beaters. Score 3 outside the box goals. Win 7 matches and score in 12 separate matches with the Premier League players. Now this is actually less than what you require for Suarez in terms of games. Only 12 games required there. And again, it's in the World Beaters friendly mode, so you can create yourself a nice team, a really good team, an OP team, and put them in there and get this done relatively quickly. Of course, you can use some fantastic players in that game mode as well. And overall, guys, I think this is actually a really easily completed card. I think it's a really great card that EA have given us. I'm very happy with the fact that they've released this card. Of course, there have been you know, some honourable mentions that have been missed out, like Thomas Muller, for example, but I am happy that they've given us something that's completely different, allows people from like the Aston Villa fan base to use this card, or just to link him into Premier League teams as someone different and fun to use. I think it's a really fantastic card that they've given us, so I'm very happy with how it has come out so far and in terms of how it played for me. Now that we've covered this, let's get into some of the clips that we got with him. So guys, getting into some of Jack Grealish's clips now, and you guys are going to see here mostly what I use this card at, and you might think here a little bit slow on the movement, and that's probably true of this card. I do think he is a little bit slow, but one thing where I did use this card for a lot was where he was just dribbling and turning and holding off opponents. Now he has 69 strength. It feels a little better than that, if I'm honest, guys. I mean, he holds off players relatively well, keeps the ball well as well. I think that may be down to his good balance. Unfortunately, with the chip here, couldn't quite slot it into the net. Again, here, creating chances for the other players to give them a goal-scoring opportunity. Lovely little chip there to Ronaldo, and that's with his left foot, so it's not like his left foot is completely unusable. It's just that it's not the best. It's not the most consistent in terms of how he plays. Picking up the ball, a lovely ball there with his right foot, and that's kind of the thing that he can do a lot, guys. You see there, plays a lovely ball over the top to Ronaldo, and you may be thinking, why is this clip extending out here? Because it does end up in a goal and an assist for Jack Grealish. You see him gambling on the edge of the box there to get in on goal. Lovely passing again there, guys, and his passing is really a credit to this card. Really fantastic passing and dribbling, and you'll see that as we do go through more clips of this card. You can really link up play well with this card, and what this card does really well is that he gives and goes to the ball, and I don't know if that's something that's intangible with this card, but he seems to give the ball away to another person, like pass the ball off, and then go for the return immediately in the right position himself very well to create the chances for himself. And that's something that's really important for me as an attacking midfielder. You know, whilst you do have instructions for him to free roam or float around or whatever you guys choose to do, for me, it's important that my attacking midfielder makes those runs at the right time, and this card definitely does. You guys can see here how tight that dribbling is, how well he does to create that chance for his teammates there as well. Again, using that turning, holding the man off, and then just playing a lovely ball. I thought it was offside, but it's just perfectly weighted, easy ball for Dybala to finish off. Again here, lovely ball over the top. That's with his left foot. Again, weights it perfectly into the path of the attacker, and it's an easy chance. And now, guys, we're going to get into my favorite part of this card, which was the finishing and the shooting. Now, he's only got 82 finishing, as we mentioned before. What you guys are going to see is an absolutely great variety of goals that he scores here. Guys, I don't know how he scored half of the chances here that he did score with such precision. Like, I expected him to score a lot of these. For example, that one I would expect him to score. But there's a lot of chances in these clips that I would not expect him to score. This one especially, it's very pinpoint. And you guys might have seen that clip earlier on in the video as well where he did hit the post. That's a lovely finish as well there, guys. And I'm just slotting these goals. It's not like they're particularly powerful shots. They're just positioned so well. What I'm talking about, the running there, positions himself brilliantly between the two defenders there to pick up the ball and gets a nice easy goal there as well. A lovely finish again, puts that in the top corner, and it's just how good that is, which is what makes this card so much fun to use. This is with his left foot, so again, the weak foot not too much of a hindrance in terms of creating easy chances or easy passes. Just be careful with it in terms of using it. A lovely back heel again, and this is so beautiful. A lovely chip there over the keeper. Couldn't do anything about that. In these last couple of clips, guys, again, you're just going to see the dribbling from him, able to go in between tight spaces, hold off defenders relatively well, and finish with good aplomb into the back of the net. In this final chance here, we hold up the ball, keep the defenders away, hold off that defender there, get into the box, and then just slot it into the far corner. So guys, getting into this final Jack Grealish summary here, and of course the card doesn't cost anything, it's just about putting in that graft, putting in that time, getting this card. Now in terms of upgrades, we'll look at this compared to his gold card. You can see there, 9 gain on pace, 9 gain on shooting, 9 gain on passing, 7 gain on dribbling, 7 on defending, and 8 on physical. So this is a serious upgrade, guys. An 87 rated card is a very good card, very usable card, and it's a very nice card actually. Given the stage of the game that we're at, it's actually very usable. He does hold his own well against the other players in the team too. In terms of recommended chemistry style, guys, I don't really have one. And again, guys, I love the fact that you told me what would be better on the CR7 that I did. Please do suggest chemistry styles again that you think might be fun for this. But I tried a Catalyst on him. I absolutely love that. You can see what his passing becomes with that, and his pace as well. Absolutely sensational there. Or if you wanted to try the Hunter, that would really boost his shooting. Now, you saw how good his shooting was already. I could imagine it would just be unreal with that boost on it as well. So really something to think about there in terms of chemistry styles, guys. In terms of the similar players to him, let's have a look here. I wouldn't say any of these guys are pretty. James Madison's not a bad shout. James Madison's maybe slightly quicker in terms of just his general movement. I feel like Jack Grealish is a little more clunky than Madison, but does do very well. He plays very similarly to the moment's Luis Suarez, with a bit more agility than the Luis Suarez and slightly worse shooting, of course. I don't actually think the shooting's that far off. I know Suarez's stats are incredible, but Jack Grealish really does have some fantastic shooting, and this card is underrated in that department as well. Sorry guys, in terms of the links here, we'll just click into here. Of course, we've got some perfect links to the Ollie Watkins card for you Aston Villa fans, or anybody who has that Watkins card. It's a really nice link to put in there as well. In terms of other links, of course, you've got all these links to all the icons. Of course, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Harry Kane, Jamie Vardy, Raheem Sterling, players like that, who you can link this card to and make it really easy to fit him into your team, especially with the icons that you can chuck in with him. You can throw in Ferdinand, Campbell, Cole, players like that, Gerrard, Lampard, Shearer, the list goes on and on. So guys, really lovely card in terms of that as well. Finally guys, would I recommend doing this card? 100% yes, do it, get the card. If nothing else, just have a fun player to use, bring off your bench. It's a first owner card that you can use for the icon swaps as they come further down the line. I do definitely think it's worth collecting these cards. It just gets easier as people's teams get better and you have to use first owner cards. It's always nice to have these cards stocked up and ready to keep in your club. So I would 100% recommend doing this card. He won't be going into my first team, but he will definitely make the bench because he's an impact player for me. He could definitely make a difference coming on late in a game, creating chances and scoring some very nice goals as well. Hope you guys did enjoy this review. If you did, please do smash that like button. Until next time, I'll see you all in a bit.